I'm recording.
I'm almost done with the thing. I just need to put the
Shh. Okay, I'm going to. Yeah, okay. Here we are. All right, we are getting this going. I'm just getting this set up. Here we go. Hi, Kate. Wait, you're muted. Hold on. Unmute all. There we go.
Hi, Beth.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
So good. So good. How's your start to the week?
It's good.
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh,
I'll be honest. I never got my meal prep done, so I've
Okay.
been piecing together as I go, which means I haven't always been successful. But
okay.
I am meal prepping with a friend this weekend to make sure I get it done.
Ooh, accountability. I love it.
I need it.
Yeah. That's why I texted you on Monday. I was like, how's it going?
I know. I was like, crap. I don't want to tell her I didn't meal prep.
I know you were just like, good. I was like, okay, she's either really busy or
I was
don't
actually
know.
at work.
Yeah.
I was actually really busy. Hi, Deja. I see you hiding back there again.
Yeah, she hides in the background
I know. I just like to say hi to her.
like a stalker. You should. You should. Mm-hmm.
I'm eating my cold vegetables though.
Ooh, yes. So one of the things, since you're on here right now, I'll just start talking about this. Because I like to talk about different aspects of the meal plan, and this is a little bit different than what we did last time too, Kate. So people who watch the recording, they'll get this info, of course. Talking about the one thing that's layered in is seed cycling.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I just don't understand it. So explain it to me. I'm sorry.
Your face is hilarious. You're just like, yeah.
I'm not a huge seed person, so I'm not sure. What is the benefit of it?
Yeah. So I'm going to draw out, because I'm a visual person. That's why I draw so much stuff. So I'll draw out the protocol for it and then go through and talk about like why it's important to do it during these times. And then I'll talk about fun ways to integrate it. Because here's the thing, I'll be totally honest with seed cycling. It's super powerful, super beneficial, all that stuff. But it's weird sometimes because you're like, I'm just eating these seeds. Like
I
think
that's the problem I have with it. I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So here is day 1 through 14. Your seeds are pumpkin and flax. And then day 15 through 28, and this also helps, oh, sorry. Does this look right to you? This doesn't look backwards. Okay.
No, it's right.
Okay. And then it's sesame and sunflower. Okay.
Okay.
So super easy, right? And this is in the packet and everything, but I like to go through and talk about it, the difference and everything. So you're doing these different seeds here. It's just 1 tablespoon each and you can do it in something. Now the key parameters to stay with this is that you want them raw. So not roasted or anything like that.
So not cooked into something.
They can be cooked as long as it's like a raw. You just don't want it roasted, because oftentimes when you get something like roasted sunflower seeds, they're roasted at a really high temperature.
Oh.
Versus, yeah.
So nothing like pre-roasted is what I'm hearing.
Right. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Nothing pre-roasted. So just raw. And then I oftentimes will get them ground, or I grind them myself. So I use my coffee grinder. Really? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
you use your coffee grinder to do it?
Yeah. I
Why
use
do
my
you
coffee
grind them?
grinder.
What do you
What?
use them for when you grind them?
Yeah. So you eat just 1 tablespoon. So if it's day 1 through 14, you get pumpkin and flax, and you can add them just to a salad. You can add them to whatever. You can add them to a shake. I don't like them in a shake that much. They're okay. I'll drink it. Not my favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to do it every day, I was like, ugh. And then there's some seed cycling cracker recipes. And then I actually made some because I was like, this has got to be different. I got to make this more exciting because I'm not staying on the seed cycling myself enough because I think it sucks.
You make homemade crackers?
Yes. So you take when it's ground, when I grind it in my coffee grinder, here goes my hands. Here I'm using my hands like this. This is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this, grinding it.
I'm glad you explained.
Yeah, it makes like a flour.
Okay.
Like almond flour is just ground flour, right? Yeah. So same thing, ground pumpkin and my flaxseed I buy already ground. The one that I like is already ground. So I just get these raw pumpkin seeds and I grind it. And then I get this like flour type material and I substitute that for like a flour recipe to make stuff. So I've got so for recipes I've got protein balls.
Okay.
And they're really good. Those are my favorite way to have them so far that I've made. The protein balls are delicious. Delicious. And those recipes are in there. The crackers that I made, and they're like crackers. It's some of the seed cycling crackers, it's just like whole seeds that are compressed together with honey and stuff, and you like whatever. I'm like, that's weird. You're still eating the whole seed. So I made it more like a cracker that you could put nut butter on. You could eat with soup or something like that, and you're getting your seed cycling in there with that homemade cracker.
Okay.
And then muffins. I just made muffins. Next week I'm going to make breakfast cookies. So when I make these recipes, I always test it and make sure it's good, right? But these muffins are so good. I made muffins, they're delicious. But again, ways to get your serving of seed cycling in with everything. The only problem I came across so far, when I did the protein balls, I hid them so no one else ate them. But the muffins, they don't last because everybody else in my house ate them.
I don't have that problem. I live alone.
Yeah.
My cat doesn't eat my food.
Good. Yeah. So that's what I would say, just to have some of that stuff around to kind of keep it exciting and layer in that seed cycling on top of it. It's just one of those little things that if you prep for it for 2 weeks, you can have the balls, have the muffins, have the crackers, have whatever on hand, whatever you want. And it's one of those things that this is another layer that helps so much hormonally. It helps so much. There's different vitamins in here, the omegas, vitamin E, things like that actually helps your body produce the correct type and amount of estrogen during this phase.
Okay.
It's really, really good. Like, because there's like 7 different types of estrogen, right? And oftentimes when people are estrogen dominant or they have hormonal issues with estrogen, different breakouts or skin issues or energy issues or all these things, it's because their body's producing too much of the wrong kind of estrogen. This helps mute that and produce the right kind of estrogen. So really
I didn't
powerful.
know there was a wrong and a right kind.
Yeah, well, I'm paraphrasing, right? But
right.
It's a really powerful tool to add in here. And then when we switch to the progesterone phase, the warming phase, this is just sesame sunflower, same thing, ground, again, balls, crackers, muffins, and I'll make a breakfast cookie thing. Definitely going to be amazing. And the only difference with some of these is that the sesame is a little bit different flavor. Like this has a sweeter flavor because the pumpkin's sweeter. Sunflower just has a nutty flavor, and this has a almost bitter flavor. So there is more seasonings in the stuff I make with this. But very powerful for helping balance progesterone and boosting progesterone enough to balance out the estrogen, because a lot of women are estrogen dominant and they have that other issue. So going through that days 15 through 28, adding that in, and grinding it is very bioavailable. So yeah, So it's really good for balancing the hormones on everything else. That's where I've gotten faster results for people in terms of
Okay.
hormonal issues, is not only the eating for your cycle, but layering in the seed cycling. And then I'm like right in the middle of finding the fun ways to integrate it, like with protein balls and the crackers and muffins and breakfast cookies, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a
Yeah.
breakfast cookie?
So I mean, like muffins, right? Like those are,
Breakfasty.
yeah, right, breakfasty. Because I like to get the stuff in the morning, like get your stuff in the morning, then you're just focused
to
on
go.
like protein, the rest of the day. Breakfast cookies are essentially, they're like protein cookies.
Oh.
People make so there's like usually the one recipe that I make a lot that I have out there is it's some egg, flour, like a gluten-free flour, almond flour, some oats, and then I use protein powder, and then chopped up apples, or usually I put apples in a blender or something like that, and I make this. I just throw blobs on the cookie sheet and bake it. Yeah. So really easy, and they're super high in protein, and I like them because they're high in protein, yet fast and easy on the go. They're also a great snack. So I'm going to start integrating seed cycling in with those too, just to throw in another mix. And again, so like I said, when I made the muffins, I made seed cycling muffins for both phases here. Like the rest of my family ate them.
Which is good and bad.
Which is fine, right? Like they could totally eat them. They're high in protein. They're really healthy. All the good things, right?
Right.
And it's not harmful for them to do the seed cycling as well. Like it's totally fine. It's just that I'm like, okay, that's where I have I have to have a backup on hand. Otherwise I'll come home and I'll be like, who ate all of my muffins?
Again.
Right? Because I don't know, they put like honey on the muffin and they're like, it's so good. I'm like, okay. So,
I'm glad you like it, but save some for mom.
Yeah.
You should have a Beth only Tupperware. Like you fill their Tupperware and you fill one for you.
Like with a little lock on it or something.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm going to invent that.
Then they can't steal yours.
Meal prep with a lock so they can't get in it.
I've always wanted a family, but there's certain times where I'm like, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's a seed cycling to kind of start integrating in. And the other thing I like about it too, besides the powerful effect it has, with layering and with everything else, is that you can prep everything and make it. It's super fast, easy to do. But for like the crackers, when I made the crackers, I did them all in one day. It didn't take very long, like
You did.
Yeah.
Do you do like each one individually?
No, like you make this
Pumpkin and flax. And then
pumpkin,
sesame
flax, and a little bit of oil and seasoning and a little bit of water, and it makes like this weird paste kind of thing. Like it's weird, right? It's not like a dough, because you're making a cracker. So you just smear it on a baking sheet and bake it for 20 minutes or whatever. Take it out and you cut it. Yeah. So I made
Do you
those.
cut it while it's still warm?
Yeah. I want to say, I actually think because I was nervous about it, I took it out halfway through and made little etch marks in it because I didn't want it to all crumble. I didn't know if it would crumble.
Okay.
So I made like little etch marks in it so that when I took it out again, when it was done, it broke nicely. I could cut it really nicely and smoothly. That was my only little trick with it. But I mean, within a couple of hours, I had made seed cycling crackers for the whole month. So it's really easy. I did that same thing with the protein balls. I made protein balls for the whole month and I hid them. So no one else ate them.
That's impressive because you're
I hide my stuff too.
Right? You
You
have
hear
to.
I don't know. You hear me?
I can hear you, Mickey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. You have to hide it. Otherwise it gets eaten like the muffins. Those were just out on the counter.
I
Gone.
freeze them too.
Ooh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a seed cycling pattern. That's a seed cycling thing to layer in. Again, the other thing that's nice about this too is that if you forget a day or you miss a day or something like that, or you're traveling, that's okay. Just, keep going with it. Cause it's the overall impression. If in these 14 days, you're getting 12 days of it, you're doing really good.
So how many crackers do you need to eat to make it 1 tablespoon about, roughly?
So when I made them, the recipe I made for the protein balls, I made it for 10, and then I just made a little more, separately, because I wanted the ratios to work out right. But that's where I measured, each tablespoon, because my coffee grinder only fits so many seeds at once.
Okay.
Yeah. So like half a cup of seeds is about 10 days worth. So I put half a cup of pumpkin seeds, half a cup of this, half a cup of the flax seeds, and ground it. Yeah. Yeah. So when I make them, I usually make like a batch and a half, I would say, just to make sure I'm getting enough. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather have, I'm getting at least a tablespoon and a half or something, whatever, I'm getting a little bit more than less. Yeah.
But how many crackers is that per serving? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, that's the thing, is that I cut it in 14 crackers.
Okay, so you're getting about roughly 14 crackers. So 1 cracker each day?
Yeah. 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 So, and again, you can like crumble it up and put it on a salad. You can, just eat it plain, put hummus on it.
Butter on it.
Yeah. Almond butter. Yeah. Whatever you want. The way that I flavored them, it's just different. It doesn't taste like a cracker from a store, obviously, but you can season them differently. Yeah. The only thing I would say is do not overcook them.
Do they have to be cooked or
yeah, no,
that's about crackers.
That's just for the crackers. Yeah, that's just for
Okay.
the crackers. That's a more, just an exciting way to get your seed cycling in.
So, but do they have to be ground though, or because I see that on the whiteboard? Sorry, I came in kind of late.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, just raw. And if you're going to use them
Okay.
and stuff, a lot of times I'll say ground. Ground is great because it actually breaks down the seed into a really bioavailable form, so you absorb all those little nutrients that actually work with the estrogen and progesterone, really powerfully. Some people will seeds and nuts in general are harder to digest, and you either have to sit and chew like a ton to break it down mechanically, or soak it overnight. That's the other best way to absorb all the nutrients from nuts. Like if you're just eating a bunch of raw nuts, a lot of times you're not getting the most nutrient from it. So yeah, so either soaking it or grinding it up. Yeah, and I mean, again, I tried to I put the seeds right in my shake, and I put it in the blender, and then I was like, nope, no. I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't want to do it again.
Says the girl who does shots of cleanse.
And shots of apple cider vinegar, right? I don't know. I love my shakes
of the
though.
coconut oil today because it's grossing me out in the coffee for some reason.
You know what's funny is that coconut oil in the coffee, people either really love it and they're like, oh my gosh, I love it so much, I'm never going to go back to regular coffee without it, or they really do not like it.
It's too much. I don't know. I need a break from it. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Just a little side note on things like coconut oil in your coffee, bulletproof coffee, all those things. If you ever see any advertisements for things like keto coffee or keto, all that stuff, that's what they put in there. They put MCT oil in, medium chain triglyceride oil in. It's just putting coconut oil in your coffee. Fancy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. All right. So we're just, so if you guys have any questions as you're popping on here, let me know. But that's the one thing I want to make sure I touched on today was talking about seed cycling and really integrating it, and that, you know, besides the protein balls, and again, you can have those as a snack. Those can count for a snack because they got a lot of protein in them. The crackers are just, you know, not necessarily, I mean, there is some protein in the seeds, but it's not a ton. So those can be just, add in for whenever, wherever to get your seed cycling in. And then the muffins I just made. And then I'm going to be coming up with some more really fun recipes for seed cycling. Just to keep it exciting, to keep it fun. That's what I found. I found that when I started posting more on it, people were like, oh, I can do that. I can do a protein ball with it. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, like making, like just eating it all the time, they're like, I don't love it. And I was like, I know, I don't love it either. Oh. Yeah.
I can understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. How are things going hydration wise with everyone?
I do good most days, but when I have a migraine like today and yesterday, it's hard for me to drink because I get nauseous. So yeah. But normally I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Good kids there. How are you doing with hydration, Kate?
I probably should remember to work on that.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest, I'm not doing great. It's just not something, especially while I'm at work, we don't really have anywhere to fill up a water bottle.
Oh.
So we have like the little 12-ounce water bottles, but if I'm behaving on my hydration, I'm going through like 6 of those a day.
Yeah.
And so while I'm at work, I don't do a really good job of it. I just don't at this particular building. I gotta figure that out. I think I'm gonna have to. I have a Coleman cooler. I used to freeze that halfway with ice overnight and then fill it up with water, and then I could use that to refill because it'll melt as the day goes on.
Ooh, yeah.
I think I need to go back to something like that so that I have the opportunity to fill up a water bottle without going through all of these little plastic disposables.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I drink
Mm-hmm.
water. I just don't think I'm definitely not drinking enough.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Hi, Shelly. I see Shelly on there. How are you doing with hydration?
I think pretty good. I was just going to suggest for the person that doesn't have a place to fill water at work.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have the same problem, and I used a milk jug and rinsed it out good and just brought a milk jug every day and strived to drink the whole thing down.
Whoa. I mean, that's a good goal.
I've actually been wanting to do that, but I haven't gone out and got a jug.
You can always use
BYOW.
a Camelback, you know, like a back, you know.
I've got one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wear that around. If your boss doesn't mind.
My clients would be like, "What are you doing?"
Hydrating. I'm hydrating. That's what I'm doing. Killing it. Yeah. I've also seen those, again, if you don't have a place to fill it, that can be kind of tough, but I've seen those. Have you seen those water bottles with like times on them? Like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen that. No.
Oh, okay. I'm going to post it in the group then. They have some water bottles with just like times on them, or you could, you know, take a Sharpie and put it on there. So it's just different tick marks. Like by 9 o'clock, you want to drink this much. By 10 o'clock, you want to drink this much. By 11 o'clock, you want to drink this much, or, you know, that type
That's
of thing.
a good idea.
Yeah. And you could do the same thing with a milk jug or a big, you know, water jug. And then if you're bored, you can do curls with it too, right?
Okay, so remind me how many ounces of water we should be drinking a day, because I guess I kind of had forgotten about all that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, water.
Half your body weight or something?
Yeah, everybody says, you know,
I don't
half
know.
your body weight in ounces, all those other things. I like to shoot for at least a half a gallon up to a gallon. Again, depending on other things that you're doing, if you're working out, if you're, you know, needing more hydration, different phases of your cycle, all that stuff, but at least a half a gallon, that's a minimum, up to at least a gallon. And then of course, and let me go through, I'm going to add this in here. Let me just, I'll use blue. The other thing I like to layer in, because this is going to be the estrogen phase, right? This will be the progesterone phase as we're talking about hydration. I like to go, I just want to make sure you guys can see this. I won't write it. When we talk about the hydration pieces and what to include, we're going to be doing, I like to do like 2 water bottles of water and then 1 of electrolytes for this one, for the estrogen phase. So if you use a water bottle, like this one says it's like 650 milliliters. So I don't know the conversion between milliliters and the half a gallon and blah, 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 right? I don't know. But I would go through 2 of these and then put some type of electrolyte in here, like a hydrate or Noon. That's a good one too. And then drink 1 of those so you're getting your electrolytes in too. And make sure you're plugging that really well. Otherwise here, it's a 1 of water. It's a 1-to-1 ratio for electrolytes.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you were going to do, say, a gallon of liquid hydration every day, you could get like 2 half gallons, have 1 of water and 1 of the electrolyte, and just kind of go back and forth, right? At work. It's not weird. It'll be fine.
No.
Tell your boss it's fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have, what I usually do is I don't use this water bottle. I have a shaker bottle that I use. So I'll drink 2 of these, like this water bottle, and then I'll drink my shaker bottle with the electrolyte in it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Just real good hydration, really getting those electrolytes in, and again, matching that to what's going on, everything else, all the things. Yeah. And hydration, I know everybody knows, yep, blah, blah, blah. It uploads into your cells. This actually helps your cells get hydrated more when you're getting those electrolytes and minerals, and especially your body needs more of them here. It really helps a ton with any hormonal issues, symptoms, things like that. And in terms of fat loss, a lot of times people say like it helps flush out fat, right? That's not exactly like technically accurate, as fat cells kind of have energy come out of them and shrink down. It doesn't happen immediately, right? Like sometimes if you're really well hydrated, like that cell just doesn't shrink right away. It takes some time for that to happen. But if you're well hydrated, it will get fluid in there, water built up in there, and then it shrinks more quickly. And it's easier to have that weight loss when you're well hydrated. That's why most, nutrition programs, weight loss programs, all that stuff, they talk about hydrating, but it's really about how the energy comes out of the fat cell, the hydration that enters, and then slowly moves out to shrink that fat cell. And that's how you maintain better results. Yes. All about hydration. Helps with digestive issues, right? Oh my gosh, I just chatted with somebody earlier today and she was talking about constipation, and I was like, are you drinking any water? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, that's probably the first thing I would do. Drink some water.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna help a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. What else? How's it going for everyone else? Other than that, good? Kind of plugging along?
I have a question.
I unmute my microphone. Go ahead. You go first, Kate.
Okay. Okay, so Beth, have you seen the Jimmy Dean's Delight egg whatever sandwiches where it's not bread, it's like an egg frittata? with
No,
the
I
sausage
haven't.
in the middle and the
I guess,
cheese.
yeah.
They've got 13 grams of protein.
Okay.
And then I was reading, I mean, the label looked pretty good to me. I was just wondering what your opinion is on them. Because I thought for mornings where, like, if I haven't had a chance to meal prep, it'd be nice to have some of those in the freezer just to grab and go.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard they're super good. I haven't tried them yet, but I've heard they're really, really good. And I just thought that might be an easy grab and go type thing to have on hand for when you need that high protein breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
But are running out the door.
Yeah. So this is,
What
I
do
always
need
get
to look for?
Yeah. I always get questions on stuff like this where it's like, I have this going on, or I ran out of time, or what do I do? Or, dang it. Right.
Right.
And of course it's the best you can do is to meal prep it, have it on hand, blah, 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 blah. Right. We all know that. Right.
Right.
Yes. But if for some reason, like I have this, right, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I didn't get to Costco, or because everyone knows I love Costco more than life itself almost. I didn't get to Costco. I don't have something prepped. I just, everybody ate everything and I wasn't prepared for it. And I'm like, dang it, we got to go to the grocery store and I'm just going to grab a rotisserie chicken and I'm going to, make do, that type of a thing. Right.
Right.
So, so having something like that on hand for when you need it, totally fine, right? I'd rather you get the protein in. Yes, there's going to be some preservatives in it. Yes, there's going to be some, a little bit of something, right? So as long as you're not doing it every day,
Okay.
just every now and then, I'd rather you get the protein and start your day fueled than be like, crap, I'm grabbing a piece of bread on my way out the door versus grabbing something with more protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something in the label I should be looking for to avoid? Like, or, I mean, I know there's obviously try to avoid things with like natural flavors and high preservatives and all that. So I started reading labels, and even in like the health food stuff, 90% of the stuff says natural flavoring.
I know.
It's driving me crazy. What can we eat?
Bananas and hay.
That sounds good.
Help with constipation. Sorry. No, that's not. I know it's one of those things where you're like, crap, and some of that you just have to, it is what it is, So of course, if you can make all of your food from scratch, sure. You get that chef that's doing all the things for you. Fabulous.
But for the rest of us,
the rest of us, that do it on our own, you always have to have shortcuts to keep you on track, right? So so having that shortcut there, and again, I'd rather have you get the nutrient in that your body needs than not. Okay. So it is what it is, and when you're looking at labels, anything like that that's like a prepared food, it may have a little bit more sugar or salt or fat. Those are typically the three things that get put in prepared foods, like meals, right? Sugar, salt, fat, and one, if not 2 to 3 of them, are going to be higher for flavor, things like that. Yeah. So, but again, if it's got the protein, because there's a lot of stuff out there that has super high sugar, salt, and fat, and not that much protein.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, yes. All right.
Okay, so here's my issue. I've been be prepping, and then like midweek, I'm like, I'm so tired of eating this food. So help. Like, yeah. And today's Wednesday. Here I am, not wanting to eat what good night. Sorry, my daughter. Anyways, not wanting to eat what I made, So any suggestions for that?
Is it because it just
make
doesn't
more
seem exciting?
variety?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, the potato I had yesterday was good, but then I'm like, I don't want to eat it again today, so maybe I need to make more different kind of meals than just 3 or 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I have to make lunch and dinner because of my work schedule. So I'm fine with eating the same breakfast every day. I don't have a problem with that, which is weird. But anyway.
You gotta have some of the meals be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I do meal prep, what I typically do is I'll do like a couple chicken breasts, a couple whatever my other proteins are going to be. I don't cook more than one or two of any one protein because I'm like that picky. I get super bored with the same thing every day. If I eat chicken 5 days a week, not going to happen. So I'll make like one chicken breast or two chicken breasts and I'll have it like Monday and Friday. You know, spread it out, just make it, or even put different seasonings on it so it's different and it's not the same thing you had the day before. You know, it's easy to cook chicken breasts, 2 or 3 of them with 3 different seasonings, and then it's something new.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I don't know. That's how I did it. That's probably the reason.
I'm not fond of like fish really. I mean, I like tuna, so maybe I need to incorporate more of that, like having salads or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like you could take
meal
tuna
prepping,
fish and
so.
mix it with avocado, you know, or put it in with guacamole or something. Yeah, that's real good.
That sounds good.
Tuna fish in with guacamole or avocado.
That sounds really good.
Are you sorry? I just heard my kids screaming upstairs. Something happened. They're not yelling mom, so we're good. Yep. Okay. He's on duty right now, so we're good. So mixing it in. So here's my little secret with some of that stuff. So my husband does not like leftovers. He will tell you something different. But if I make food enough for like, okay, this is enough chicken or whatever for tonight and tomorrow or Thursday, so I don't have to, because Thursday I'm going to be on a schedule and or something like that, where I'm like, I gotta have it, you know, ready to go, or something like, you know, I only have 20 minutes to prep or do dinner. I will make food that I can use, and I will make a little dish, and I will take like the same food and I will add, it's either like cottage cheese to it and like some seasoning or flavor, some different seasoning flavor, or I'll just mix cheese in. I don't care what it is. And I put it in a dish and I put it in the oven for 20 minutes. And all of a sudden it magically becomes this new meal and he loves it. And it's like the dumbest thing. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. But otherwise he won't eat leftovers. I'm like, come on. Like, even if it's like really good, like whatever, he won't eat it. He'll be like, no, I'd rather make something. Okay, well, we don't have time for that. Right? So that's my little thing, is that I will like prep something, but then somehow putting it in the oven or heating it up even in the microwave and adding something else. And usually I add, another protein source. Cottage cheese or cheese a little bit is my go-tos for that.
You eat cottage cheese warm?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, I eat cottage cheese warm. Well, if you mix it into stuff. Yeah, like,
that's good.
Yeah, like you try it, right? Like you cut up, like, so I would cut up the chickens, like already cooked, and say I've got some leftover quinoa and broccoli, and then I put in some cottage cheese and it just makes it like this creamy. My mom would call stuff like that goulash. I don't know. She was very German. I don't know if goulash is really a thing. She just makes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Basically leftovers thrown together to make something new.
Yeah, that's what it was. And now I just add like cottage cheese to it and heat it up somehow, and there we go. Yeah. But yeah, also the tuna fish and guacamole is one of my little go-tos, especially when I have like zero time to eat, and I'm like, oh crud, I got to get protein in.
Do you do the can or the foil packets?
The packets. They're
Does
faster.
It matter?
I don't, some people say yes or no or whatever. I literally, the only time I eat tuna fish is when I'm in a wicked hurry and I don't want to mess with this can opener.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I got 10 minutes to get food in my face. I gotta go. Let's do this.
No, I totally get that. I just asked because I bought a bunch of tuna at Costco, so I've got a bunch of cans that I want to start using it up. And I can't eat any of the shellfish, so I was wondering if that would be a good substitute for that.
Yes, absolutely. Substitute the tuna fish. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not at work. I know that's one of the things, people cooking fish at work. You might not have a lot of work friends after that.
I mean, I work with one person and she has her own office, so whatevs.
It's fine.
Bring a breath mint.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring breath mints. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Good. This is good. This is good. I like navigating through these things because oftentimes it's little ideas like this or little new things that just make it that much more interesting, make it that much more exciting, and also make it feel like, yeah, everybody struggles with the same things. Everybody gets bored with the same meals, or it's easy to cook something, so you just kind of keep doing it over and over again.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah. I do the same thing. So, yeah.
I need help with a situation I have tomorrow.
Okay.
We have a funeral to go to in the Twin Cities. We're coming to Burnsville, by the way.
Oh.
And so I can get up in the morning, I can do my eggs, I can do my, whatever my second meal. I haven't even looked ahead on the way there. I can do my fourth meal on the way home. I can do when we get home tomorrow night, my last meal. But what do I do for that third meal lunch when I'm not going to whip out a grilled chicken breast and quinoa at the church? So what do I do?
Eat what they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so afraid to not eat exactly what I'm told though.
So I will be totally honest, and I've done both things. I have literally been at events, stuff like that, and literally been like, oh, I'm going to run to the bathroom. And I run out to my car and I eat out of my cooler.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I'll run out and I'll just shove the food in my face really quick. And people think I'm in the bathroom for 10 minutes. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting my food. I come back. Are you okay? I'm fine. I feel good. What? Oh, that's right. I was gone for a long time and I told everybody it was the bathroom. I'm really eating in my car.
All eating and you're sitting there.
Right. Yeah. So then when you come back, then I would pick at whatever I could. You know what I mean? If there was a salad or if there was, fruit or something, sure, I'd load up, I'd get a plate of something right around to be around people. And I just kind of pick at it and talk and, eat some bites of it too. Right. Because you kind of have to do that when you're in those situations. But I really would have already eaten something else.
In the car. Okay,
yeah.
In the car.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done that. I've done that more often than I actually want to admit. And then I've also done the thing where I'm like, well, I'm just going to sandwich my meals differently, really load up on my protein before and after, because I know during the lunch that I'm going to is at this type of a restaurant. I'm gluten-free, so I'll be like, I'm allergic to everything else. I'm going to have to eat a dumb side salad. So that's what I stick with there. And so I make sure that before and after I get crap tons of protein sandwiched, and I don't duck out and eat.
Okay. Yeah, the duck out thing might not work well. It's the family thing would be like, what? Where are you going?
Where are you going? Why were you gone for a long time?
And my mother would come to the bathroom and go, honey, are you in here? Are you okay? So it wouldn't work. My mother totally would do that.
So, Shelly, one of the things I've done is I always look for whatever they're serving with the highest amount of protein, least amount of bag stuff, and eat that first. And then just honestly say you're not hungry and wait till you get in your car and stuff your face. I mean, but sometimes you just have to eat what's in front of you or pick at it, like Beth said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be social about it, because there's the funeral is an appropriate place to bring your own food. A family gathering where it's fun and whatever, sure, bring your own food. You can get away with saying, no, I'm really working on eating this,
Yeah.
But if it's hard, by the way, my condolences to you.
Yeah. Sorry
that
you have to go to a funeral. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I would say a funeral, you probably can't get away with that. Eating there. I've done for football when we travel and stuff, and I did this last season. Whenever we take a bus ride to play another team in a different state, after the game, the team is like, "Oh, let's go out to eat," and they'd always pick Applebee's or something. And I literally had a cooler with all my food in it, and I brought my Tupperware into Applebee's. And I just sat there and ate my own food at Applebee's. Yeah. And the waitress was just looking at me and I was like, I'm sorry, I have a lot of food allergies. I can't eat other, right? And my entire team was like, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to save money? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to eat fries and, garbage right now. Like, what are you guys doing? What am I doing? What are you doing? I don't pick on them. I let them eat whatever they want. They're whatever. Anyway, but yeah, no, I do that all the time when I travel. I bring my own food. I bring it through TSA. I bring tubs of protein balls. I get weird looks from TSA agents. Be like, they're good.
Well,
You want to try one?
Now that the government shut down, you could probably give them one and they'd be happy because poor people can't afford food now.
Right?
It's pathetic.
Yeah. Like, do
Yeah.
you want a snack? Can I give you a snack as long as you're standing here, sir?
Yeah.
Mm.
I heard there are people, this is way off subject, but I've heard there are people like giving them gift cards to like grocery stores and food
Oh.
establishments and stuff at the airport because they're literally not getting paid for a whole month of doing
Oh,
their
wow.
job.
Yeah.
And they don't
That's
get
a good
choice.
idea.
So-
Yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm traveling
That
at
would
the
be
end of the
really
month.
hard.
I'm going to get like Target gift cards and hand them out. It's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. And a protein ball.
And a protein ball,
Everybody likes protein balls.
right? They're going to be like, who's this weird lady with
You
her?
could give them protein balls with the Target gift card with the recipe attached
Yes.
to make their own.
And if it's a lady, I'll be like, oh, this is seed cycling protein balls.
Yep. And here's my business card. Listen to my podcast.
I'm going to get withheld there. They're going to detain me.
Are you going anywhere fun, Beth?
I have a business meeting in California at the end of the month.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Near Santa Monica. Yeah.
No, I'm down there.
Hope the weather's
Too
nice.
far.
Me too. Well, it can't be worse than here.
It's true.
No
It's
kidding.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been in
Supposed
the
to be even
50s
worse this
right
weekend.
today.
Yes. Yes.
We're actually coming to Northwestern on Saturday, Beth.
Ooh, really?
We have Discovery Day, so they better serve some healthy stuff there.
You know,
Apparently they don't.
You have no influence there, Beth? Come on.
no, they don't care. I do talks there. I do stuff for the students there all the time. I have no pull with any of
I'm
the
not
stuff
gonna be like-
because I'm not a sponsor there. Like, I haven't donated $1 million to the
Oh.
school, so they don't care.
Oh.
But I
I'm not
think
gonna
it's
be able to
gotten
name
better.
drop to get my kid accepted.
No.
I'm not gonna be able to name drop to get my kid accepted. Bummer. Okay.
He'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I think it's gotten a little bit better recently, but they still do so many like pizza lunches, all this stuff. I'm like, come on. Like,
Mhm.
It's just a
Yeah.
lot easier to feed a lot of people that way, though.
yeah, it's just easier and cheaper to do it. I get it. It's just not the healthy way. Come on.
I didn't say healthy.
That's true. You didn't.
Hey, I had to buy lunch today for my new caregiver because it's orientation, so we buy them lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So we ordered Jimmy John's, and I got an unwich to try to make it a little better
Nice.
with turkey and avocado
Ooh.
and sprouts because I love sprouts.
Ooh, yes. Yes. Sprouts are good. I love it. All right. Does anybody have any other questions or anything? No? Because they're all looking blank faces.
I'm trying to think, but I can't
Okay.
think of anything.
Okay. That's okay. This is good though. This is good. This is, yeah, a lot of good questions. We covered a lot of different topics, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to post that picture of the water bottle thing that I'm talking about. I don't have one, but I've seen other people with them. So that helps kind of add to your water intake for the day. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, this is fun. This is good. Just connecting with everybody and, getting ideas flowing, all that stuff. It's amazing. So yay. So if you guys have any, questions following up from this, again, don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you guys for sure next Wednesday. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Everybody have a great night. Bye.
Bye.